First of all, Ryan, welcome, stranger.
I was going to say, it's been a while, eh? Good to be back, though. Good to be back.
In terms of, you've played last couple of games starting off and replacing Blaine, but you've certainly moved into that right back role. You've been off for a good number of months and certainly playing yourself into the game again.
Aye, of course. It's been a really frustrating season for me. As I said, a number of months I've spent kind of watching for the sidelines, doing my rehab and whatnot. So it has been really frustrating. But I've got myself back again from, I think it's been from the start of March. I've been back kind of in and about the squad on the bench and whatnot, and been feeling good. Been training hard every day, feeling better, kind of getting that sharpness as times went on through the sessions. And then I got my chance on Tuesday, and I felt good both games. Camped up a wee bit kind of near the end, but again today on the back of Tuesday I felt even better. So yeah, it's been good to get myself back in, and it was a good win today, going into a big one next week.
The manager talked about it, that you're obviously chapping on the door to say I'm ready for game two.
Yeah.
In terms of minutes, obviously you've only played sort of 65 and 70 minutes in a very short period of time. I mean, how are the legs?
Aye, again, they felt really good, getting up and down. A big part of my game is getting forward, and the gaffer emphasised that yesterday, that we needed both fullbacks to get high and wide and support that width and get balls into the box. So I knew I was going to have to put in another big shift today, and I felt I did that. I thought getting forward, I felt good. Again, I need to do my defensive duties as well, and I thought I did that. So like what I said, I knew it was going to be a big shift today, but I'm feeling a lot better for it, and I'm ready to go again.
I mean, Alloa, we know, big physical team, got a big forward line, but defensively I felt as if the back four, apart from the penalty and the chance that McIver had in the first half, really nothing for you to worry about.
I know we've played a lot this year, including obviously the cup competitions, and we knew what was coming. We knew what they were all about. Having McIver, who's great in the air, and obviously Big Salmon up there, so we knew what to expect. But I thought we defended well all day. We kind of said after the game that if the penalty, maybe McIver has the head in the first half, we limited them to very few chances. So from that point of view, we've got to be really, really happy. Disappointed not to keep a clean sheet, but again, what we done, we kind of said at half time, we maybe lost control of the game the last 10-15 minutes before half time. But other than that, I thought it was a good performance, and we're again happy to get back winning ways, because it's been, we know ourselves, a poor run in form. But again, going into next week, that was a big one today.
One of the things that obviously modern day fullbacks have to do is to contribute to goals, and you managed to do that with a couple of assists.
Aye, I said there, it's a massive part of my game. Probably the strongest aspect of my game is in getting forward and providing width and getting balls into the box. And again, I had a few kind of first half that maybe weren't as good, but the ones was the second half were right in the money. So I was delighted with them. Big Kendall got himself into the back post, 2 good headers. So I couldn't be more delighted.
I mean, I was going to say describe them, but they're effectively carbon copy each one.
I said that. I said over the first one it's kind of 1v1. I've managed to get the cross in. Second one's a wee bit different, but me and Hendo actually spoke about it yesterday, because we were kind of shaping up and whatnot, and we were talking about the type of ball that it's hard for defenders to defend if you get into that area, and obviously with Hendo's height at that back post, it makes it hard for the fullback. So we said again, it couldn't work any better. That's how I'd wanted it to happen. But luckily we got two goals that are pretty much carbon copy, like what you said.
In terms of the game itself, I mean, once that third goal, I think then it was effectively game over from Falkirk, but with a chance as well to obviously increase that lead as well through Matty, unfortunately.
No, we did. We've spoke obviously the last few days, especially when you look at the Dunfermline game, the Airdrie game. We've kind of came out. The second half's been poor. It's not been. First half we've been good. Second half we came out. It's not been up to the standard. So we'd said have to make sure it doesn't happen again. They come out. They get a penalty. But again, I thought we'd bounce back, and again, when they get that goal, they get that lift. That's always going to happen. That's to be expected. But luckily, we came again for getting that third goal. That kind of eased any sort of nerves that could have been there, and it did kind of put the game to bed, and it allowed us to go and play with a bit more freedom again, which we did in the first half.
I mean, some of the fans have said obviously that they felt as if maybe the team had their eye on the semi-final, but it's good now that we got that win today, and we can actually now look at that game on Saturday.
Now we can. We had spoke again on the back of Tuesday. We knew Tuesday especially was not really good enough. We came in Thursday, we dust ourselves down, we had a conversation, like kind of a bit of heart to heart, and kind of says that listen, for the gaffer's point of view and Fair's point of view, we'd never at any point put our eye on the semi-final, because you couldn't afford to do that, because they were in the playoffs. We want to get out of this league, so we'd always been focused kind of on the next game. I know it's all cliche, but we were. But we knew kind of coming in today that today was big. Going into next week when it's such a big one, you're saying a lot of people haven't playing on occasionally, so it is going to be a big one. But luckily we came out today, we got the win, and it has gave us a big boost, and we can come on Monday kind of the chest out, full of confidence and ready to go into a big week.
And in terms of selection as well, Ryan, I mean, I've got a funny feeling he'll not be knocking on the door; he'll be battering on the door of the manager to say that I'm looking for a starting place on Saturday.
From my point of view, I came in on Tuesday. I knew, like, with Hampden coming up, with loads of, there's so much stuff to play for. Again, we've got, like I said, we've got the playoffs. We've had 2 big games before it. We've had the playoffs. We've obviously got Hampden and whatnot. I knew, from my point of view, I just needed to go and kind of do my duties defensively, and then I like to think my attacking side takes care of itself. And again, from my point of view, I'm happy with the week I've had. I've just got to, again, make sure I'm recovering well, and then Monday come back in ready to work hard and see what happens going into a big week. But fingers crossed, so I'd love to be there.
Indeed it is. Que sera, sera, whatever will be, and hopefully we'll see you at Hampden smiling at the Cup semi-final. Thanks for your time.
Fingers crossed. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you very much.